gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now the 3rd leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Here's Gurley now out of the gun. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. 1st quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Chris Godwin, the former Penn Stater, should see an increase in action and production in 2019 with Adam Humphries and Deshaun Jackson gone from the team. 842 yards in 2018, second only to Mike Evans on the Buccaneers.
He's got it complete to Gronkowski. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find a soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Brady. He'll let this go for the end zone. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And with the rules as touchy as they can be, it's so hard to complete a diving catch in the end zone, but he just did it pretty well.
How about him getting his body, his hands, everything underneath and around the football without it hitting the ground and causing some doubt in the minds of the people who have to look at this and possibly review it. What a tremendous effort and a great catch.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. From the 27, Ryan. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 3rd down, Ryan looking deep for Julio. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off at the 25. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Chubb with a 1st down carry as he'll get about 3 out of it. Make it 2nd and 7 coming up. The tackle made there by Dayon Buchanan. A toss play to Chubb. He'll get the... Nick Chubb, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Let's go.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll throw it with Ryan. And this one to Treadwell, complete. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
To throw on third down, Ryan. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked up by the rookie linebacker from LSU, Devin White. And the return will stop right around the 25. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
So after the INT, it's Brady. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 2nd.
Here's Brady. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Wait, that, 53 is the mic.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. They run again on first down. Chubb. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A carry for the fullback. This is Mike Burton. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
To throw again on 2nd down. Brady dumps this to his running back, Chubb. 2nd quarter action, 1:56 remaining. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. Throwing now is Brady. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the 2nd quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
A gain there of 30 big ones. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And that one's complete to Gurley. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Tuesday.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Ryan. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
22. Got it. Go.
From the shotgun, Ryan. And that is incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one, much more like lead.
So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime, something to build on maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points, and now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Brady. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. I think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead. Not so fast. That pick six really changes the complexion. Probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now. Probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
That throw by Brady incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Check. Cross.
Play action, now it's Brady. Green brings it in. 23 yards the pickup there.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there?
Yeah.
Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing? He was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Wow, that would have been something to see him behind the dish.
Think he gunned down a few guys?
Gunned out a few guys trying to...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Fowler in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Watch the slack.
Hey, go 66. Hey, box truck.
53 is mine. You don't want none, baby. You don't want
Hey, go 66.
Brady going to throw. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Intended for Chris Godwin. Demonte Casey on the coverage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. The final shot before half for Brady. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
Here we go. Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
6-6, pull it high.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. 23 yards on the play. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you, push them deep, find some space, and open things up.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Shaquille Barrett with sack number 23 on the year, breaking Michael Strahan's mark of 22.5. Congratulations. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now Gurley. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Let's go.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They run it again with Chubb. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Chubb. And an alley to run. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside. They didn't allow any leakage, anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys, good.
Yep.
Backside guys,
man.
That's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Dan Quinn's told his offense, let's try and get 2 more. And he'll get into the end zone, and those 2 points are going to tie the game. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football, and the Falcons grab it. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
The first down run with Gurley, good for only about 3. It's 2nd down now. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 26-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now. Check 99. Check
11. Get up.
Here's Ryan to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Todd Gurley with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
On the ground, it's Chubb. Trucks through him.
Oh, man, right through him.
A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And there he goes, right side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Nick Chubb. 57 yards as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
17 yards and a 1st down for Atlanta. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll try a handoff right with Gurley. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
2nd and 5 now. Ryan complete to Jones. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at it and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. To throw is Ryan. Flush to his right. Looking end zone for Jones. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. Lacking much success. Just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. Ryan now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 12, Ryan firing quickly here, and that's complete. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. And this is no good. Close but no cigar, just wide right. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. What a tough spot to miss a kick. Just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves in the field goal range, gave them a chance to take the lead. They come up empty, and now you wonder, will their offense ever see the football again?
Yeah, because on the other side, one through the post, and this thing could be over. On 1st down, Chubb going to get forward for only about a couple. 2nd and 8 forthcoming. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. From the 30 on 2nd down, Brady drops it off for Chubb. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And this is caught. It's pulled in by Gronkowski. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And again, it's Chubb. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a first down in field goal range already. They run. Chubb. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Chubb. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. They give the Chubb out of the gun. He will push his way down to about the 14. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
I don't think you got it, son. Under 10. Under 10. 10. 53 is the mic.
Back to throw. Brady. And Brady, the tight end's got it. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. This one no doubt important for Matt Gay. This for the lead in the final stages. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Here's Ryan. Now a desperation throw deep. It's caught inside the 25. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Ryan to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Ken Crawley. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. They will take the knee here, and they will finish this regular season with a victory.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. The big thing was holding people down.